Our subject of webinar for today is Become a Veterinarian, and it's our topic is to talk about possibilities to study veterinary studies in Poland. First, I would like to welcome Your Excellency Joanna Hoffman, Ambassador of Poland, Republic of Poland in Stockholm, and I would like to kindly ask you to welcome our guests.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Dear panelists, dear participants, and dear future veterinarians, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to this webinar devoted to future veterinarians. Sweden, like many other countries in Europe, is facing a very serious shortage of good and highly qualified veterinarians. Additionally, very few applicants have the opportunity to attend a Swedish university in order to get a solid education in the field of veterinary medicine. Few people are aware that there are many excellent universities of life sciences in Poland that offer a high quality education in veterinary medicine. Therefore, the aim of this webinar is to introduce the subject of veterinary studies in Poland and to enable Swedish students to virtually meet the representatives of the Polish universities. I have no doubts that this webinar will be very helpful for all aspiring future veterinarians. I'm also confident that today we will open another chapter in the Polish-Swedish bilateral relations in the field of academic exchange. I wish you all a successful meeting and welcome in Poland. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you for this kind words that mark the start of our webinar. Now I would like to ask Mr. Lars Olof Söderberg from Swedish Federation of Green Employers to address all of our guests and participants of this webinar.
Thank you very much. I've prepared a small presentation as well. I'd like to share that on the screen, see if I can work the technical side of this. This is the one I'd like to share. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can see it, yes.
Okay, oh, that's good. It's not that many pictures here. The organization I represent, Gröna Arbetsgivare, the Green Employers, has a responsibility to also look after the industry, the vet industry, as we call it. But the main purpose for our organization is actually to negotiate the collective agreements for the whole green sector. So that goes for agriculture, horticulture, the vet industry, and also some parts of the forestry industry, not the whole, but the primary sector of it. So that's the whole organization's main focus. Anyway, see if I can get to the next. Oh, there we are. So the current characteristics of the Swedish animal health care is summed up here in these 5 points. It's an industry that has developed very rapidly over the last 10-15 years, and 2 main corporations, Annicura and Evidensia, has swept up most of the little businesses in the market in quite a short period of time here, and does now cover about 60% of the private sector. It has even more so due to these bigger corporations' strength and resources advanced the whole industry into even more specialized care for the whole pet sector. I should perhaps point out that the agriculture side of it, with cows and sheep and pigs and poultry and that whole side, is not on my table. My organization don't organize those veterinarians, because that side of the veterinarian industry in Sweden is semi-governmental. So that's Jordbruksverket that governs that side of the industry. So apart from horses that are sort of split 50-50 between Jordbruksverket and the private sector, the agriculture side of it is not on our side. Anyway, the vast majority of the pets in Sweden are also insured, which has also been a main factor in driving the business into highly specialized care, because a lot of pet owners have insurances that cover the costs, which has made them more interested in highly specialized care. That has also driven the whole development into proper great big hospitals as well. There's a handful of proper hospitals with 24/7 services all year round. I don't know how common that is in the rest of Europe, but we have the impression that this is more accentuated in Sweden, mainly because of the insurances. I haven't found any other European countries where pet insurances are so widely spread in the community. And we think that's one of the main driving forces behind this highly specialized care and the 24/7 units as well. I think that is enough as a background. When you move over to the shortage, that has already been addressed as the main topic for the day. The shortage has been probably around for as long as I can remember, and that is probably 30 years back in time. And there seemed to be no sudden changes in it. We are preparing for another 10 years of shortage. The Swedish University of Agriculture, SLU, has just recently got a little bit more money from the government to increase the amount of students that they can make room for, but it's just a fraction of what the demand is. And the figures you can see here is that today the current amount of student places at the university is increased with 50 on the vet side and 30 on the students in next year. So we'll go from 100 last year to 145 in 2 years' time, and there is 4 or 5 years time of delivery of these students. So we will need a lot of more veterinarians, and as you can see, we have an estimated demand of at least another 300, and that is not taken into account any increased amount of pets in the population. We have had a dramatic increase of particularly dogs and also cats during the pandemics, because a lot of people got themselves pets during the pandemic. And we don't really know if that will be the new sustainable level of the amount of pets per capita, or if it's just sort of a seasonal thing that when we are out in 5-10 years time, we don't really know yet. But the steady growth of pets have been 4 or 5%, I think, 5-6. It depends on if we're talking about dogs or cats. So there has been a steady increase of pets for a long time. We believe at least that will continue. We've also found out that the students that comes to Sweden with veterinary educations from abroad has been more than, it's up to 58%. It's almost 60% of all the vets that gets qualified every year by Jordbruksverket. And that is, of course, not the sustainable situation, but it has been the situation for many decades now, and nothing has been done about it, really. So that's our main incentives to speaking to you here today. We need vets educated somewhere else, because they will not be educated in Sweden, but we need them. I think that sums it up. I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I think what you gave us is general information about the demand of market, labor market in Sweden. And thank you for presenting us, especially all of the accurate numbers. We can see that there is definitely a need to for veterinarians in Sweden. So I think this webinar is also becoming handy for all of the people that are thinking about this kind of a career in the future. So thank you for this information. And now I would like to introduce our panelists that will be presenting opportunities connected with studying in Poland. First, I would like to welcome Ms. Agata Chryceniak from Wrocław University of Environmental and Life Sciences. Thank you for joining us today. I would like also to welcome Professor Agnieszka Jackowska-Tracz from Warsaw University of Life Sciences, and Professor Marta Krankofer from University of Life Sciences in Lublin, that also was able to join us today. We have also with us Pauline Löfgren from Swedish Board of Student Finance. As we know that studying, especially in a foreign country, could be a challenge for Swedish students. So we will have Paulina Löfgren she will be able to introduce us with the system of scholarships, but also a system of student loans that are given by this organization or general in Sweden for people that are planning to study in foreign countries. My name is Szymon Wróblewski, and I'll be I'm hosting today meeting. And as you can see behind me, I work for an organization that the name you can read. The name of it is NAWA, and we are the Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange. We are organization that is supported by Ministry of Science and Education, and we are organization that is giving scholarships and for scientists, students, and also for institutions that are building international cooperation with Polish universities. And first, I would like to give you a general information about our organization, but also about studying in Poland. And I also have a short presentation to show to show you. And shortly after this, we're gonna speak with our panelists about opportunities to study in Poland. So our organization is supported by Ministry of Science and Education in Poland, and in general, we are giving scholarships for students, scientists, and etc. The higher educational system in Poland follows Bologna system that is common in European Union, and in Poland we are not exception from this. So in general, we have studies that are giving a bachelor degree or master degree, and also you can finish your higher education receiving a PhD title from different universities. We are talking today about veterinary studies that are actually different than this bachelor and master system, as this is a system that gives you a full master degree after long cycle. So after all of 5 years of education in general. About the details of studies, we're going to speak with universities, and all of them will be able to present their system of studies. But just to give you a general picture, this is the system of education in Poland. And the general picture of Polish higher education and a system in numbers. In Poland, we have 37 million of citizens, and among them 1.2 million of people are currently studying. We are talking about people that are studying after the high school, but also we are talking about people that are continuing the studies during their work period as extra studies in the evenings or during weekends. And we have more than 300 universities that are giving bachelor or master programs. So there are a number of universities that are supported by state, but also there are a number of private universities that are also giving diplomas. This year, actually, more than 800 programs in English were open. So more than 800 there were more than 800 opportunities to get a diploma in Poland, but studying in English. And this is a very huge development during the last 20 years, because the Polish universities really are becoming the major players in the European system of higher education. I think this could be an interesting part of presentation for all of you that actually have never been to Poland. I'm speaking especially right now directly to the candidates that are thinking about studies in Poland. This is the general price range of life in Poland if you are thinking about studying here. So this presentation will be also available on the webpage of Embassy. And so if you would like to look for it, just to have a general idea about the price range, you will be able to also go through it slowly once again. Of course, the prices are different in the different cities. If you are studying in a big city like Warsaw, especially when you're thinking about renting a room or thinking about accommodation, those prices could be higher. It's different in the smaller cities. It will be different in Lublin and different in Wrocław. But I think those prices that we managed to collect this October, I think I gave you like a general picture of life. Life in Poland. Poland is very friendly for foreign students. Each year we are getting more and more applications from foreign candidates that are choosing Polish universities to study. And I think also universities that are taking part in this webinar will give you correct numbers about foreign students that actually chosen their university to study veterinary, but also other subjects. But this is the information about last year, last academic year. We have more than 80,000 foreign students that actually applied to Polish universities and were accepted. So as you can see, those numbers are very impressive, and I think they're also giving they're showing that the strength of Polish universities, it's becoming world famous. We have people that are coming from all over the world and choosing Poland to be their destination to get diploma of higher education. And just to give you like a basic information about which subjects are chosen, most people that are coming are thinking about management, but also medicine is very popular among foreign students. Computer science, especially, knowing that the IT programs are very strong here, and other programs that are mentioned over here. In general, NAVA gives also scholarships. We give scholarships for members of Polish diaspora that are living in foreign countries, but also for some foreign students. And the basic information about this will be also sent to embassy. Right now we are waiting for the 2023 calendar to be announced, and we will be able to send more details probably in January about also possibilities to have scholarship in Poland. In general, if you would like to know more about possibilities of studies in Poland, we would like to invite you to this webpage. This webpage is basic information about programs that are taught in English in different universities, and you will be able to find there information about each university and the program in English that they are preparing. And yes, I think that this information will become very handy. Yes, and at this point, I think it would be better to give a floor to our guests. Each guest from each university presented a presentation about their school. So first, I would like to welcome Ms. Agata Chryceniak from Warsaw University, Wrocław University of Environmental and Life Sciences. And I would like to invite Ms. Chryceniak to give us the presentation about university in Wrocław. I'm sorry, I can hardly hear you. I don't know if this is only my program or can you hear Ms. Agata, or am I the only person that has a problem with hearing her?
No, we can't.
Oh, now it's better. Yes.
I'm sorry. I can hardly hear. I don't know if all of you or this is just my problem.
Is it better now or
For me? Okay.
okay?
Now it's better. Yes.
Okay, good. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully we'll manage. So I have prepared a quick presentation about our university. I wanted to cover some of the basics, so what our university is about, but also for what our veterinary program I would say excels in, why it is a good choice for our students. So maybe we will start with some general information. Our university is currently ranked as the best university of environmental and life sciences in Poland and second in veterinary medicine in Polish rankings, which we're very happy about. We are also placed in the Shanghai ranking for veterinary sciences and food science and technology, which are related disciplines, I would say, in some surprising ways. Teaching at our university is delivered by experts respected both in the academia and in the industry. This is something we are very proud of and something we put great emphasis on, because apart from being great academics, apart from being researchers, we believe that people who teach our students also need to have real hands-on experience with the field, especially in veterinary medicine. They cannot only be academics, they also need the practical knowledge, the experience and life experience to be mentors and teachers to our students. And also, of course, as we all know, research-driven education is one of the more important words or phrases we can hear in higher education nowadays. Our university also offers many opportunities for international cooperation, international student exchanges, internships. This is something we feel is very important both to Polish students and to international students as well. Just international experience, this opportunity to experience different things, to see how things are done in many places, so that they are not only well-rounded students and professionals, but also just individuals who have a broad outlook on the world. And lastly, we firmly believe that being a student is not only about studying, it's not only about exams and classes and everything like that. It's also about just being a person, becoming a full-fledged adult, I would say. It's a very important time in the life of a young person. And that is why we really support student societies, student research clubs, research groups, student projects. We really think that students should be able to follow their passions and have the support of the university. Now, some basic information about our program. Of course, it's fully accredited in Poland and in the European Union as well. It is also approved by the European Association of Establishments for Veterinary Education, which means that our program has met the criteria to be endorsed by them. As you have said, the program is a long cycle master's degree, which means that it lasts 5.5 years, 11 semesters in total, and the resulting veterinary degree is equal to a master's degree. We have also recently been awarded a Certificate of Educational Excellence from the Polish Accreditation Committee, something which we're very proud of, because it really shows that the education our students get is really top quality. When it comes to the content of the program, of course, I think it's going to be similar at all universities because it is legally regulated after all. But the curriculum covers all types of animals, so it's cats, dogs, but also horses, farm animals, birds, and even some more less common, I would say, animals like fish or beneficial insects. Apart from that, also all vets need to know something about animal behavior and welfare, basic agriculture even. Also some public health concerns. But apart from that, because as I say, we put great emphasis on overall development of each person, it's also about such additional classes like sports and foreign languages. This is also something we support. As you can see, the additional activities are numerous. You can volunteer at our clinics or at the university farm. You can join the Student Research Club, join the Vet Student Council or the International Veterinary Students Association, join one of the many sport groups or even dance groups or even the university choir. This is something we really encourage our students to do because that is really what makes the student experience special. And lastly, when it comes to those general information, the city of Wrocław, where we are located, is the biggest city in Western Poland. It has around 700,000 inhabitants, and it's estimated that over 100,000 of them are students. According to some statistics, maybe even 1 in 5 inhabitants of Wrocław is a student. So this makes the city really vibrant. The cultural offer is also really good for all people, no matter their interests. The region offers many different attractions, even apart from the city. Wrocław is also known as the meeting place, a city that is young, dynamic, diverse, where everyone can feel welcome, where people from many different walks of life can just live together, can talk, they can experience a bit of each other's lives. I feel that this really makes it, well, I would say unique in some way. When it comes to the application process, just to let our applicants know, it's very easy. You need to register in our application system, upload scans of your documents, submit your application, then attend our online interview, And if you get in, then congratulations, you'll be asked to pay your tuition fees and submit your paper documents in post or in person. We do feel it is quite straightforward, but if you have any questions at any point, of course, you're welcome to contact the admissions office. For Swedish applicants, we will need grades in Biology 1 and Biology 2, and or Chemistry 1 and Chemistry 2, and of course, proof of English language skills. Students who would like to find out more about international students at our university, something more about their experience, are welcome to see our YouTube channel, our website. We have student blogs written by our students, and also a playlist of podcasts with them. So students will be able to see someone like them, someone who has gone through it all, someone who has actually done it, someone who studies at a university and can tell them something about it. And here you can see our contact info. As I said, we are very happy to call, to talk, to even accept visits in person. So hopefully all applicants will always know what to do in order to study at the Wrocław University of Environmental and Life Sciences.
Thank you very much for this presentation. I also learned something today that during veterinary studies, you can also learn how to help beneficial insects. This is new information for me that I will keep in mind after today. And thank you for all of this information about the university in Wrocław. Now I would like to ask Professor Agnieszka Jackowska-Tracz from Warsaw University of Life Sciences to tell us more about opportunities to study veterinarian studies in Warsaw.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. I just will try to open my presentation. Can you see it already?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, fantastic. Welcome to Warsaw. We are Warsaw University of Life Sciences. So we declare that we know everything about the life. Yes, and now I need to change the slide. I don't know why. Okay. Warsaw University of Life Sciences is a modern university with over 200 years of tradition. Already on these pictures, you can see some photos from the inauguration ceremony, and I will also show you more pictures during this presentation to make you a little bit more familiar with our university. We are one of the best agricultural and life sciences universities in Poland. According to the ranking of higher education institution in 2025, we reached the first place, taking the veterinary science and agricultural universities in Poland. We are a pretty big university. As you can see, the numbers are really huge. We have over 16,000 students at our university. We have 14 faculties. Of course, one of them is veterinary faculties, the English division. When we take into account the international students, number of students, the number is also huge. This is 1,100 students at Warsaw University of Life Sciences. And I would like to introduce a little bit myself. I am a Vice Dean of the Warsaw English Division. So probably if you choose our university to come, we will have a lot of contact together almost every year, I will say. And also you can see those nice two ladies who works in Dean's office. Of course, this beautiful view behind them is not our campus. Those are Polish Tatra Mountains. Our campus is really big, but what is very good and what really students like is that everything is placed in one place, in one campus. Here on the left side, you can see the dormitories. We had over 10 dormitories, but here are the the lecture halls, the laboratories, but also places when you can do your favorite sport, swimming pool, and other places. Also the students' health center, the main library, everything is here on our campus. It's pretty big because this is over 70 square meters of the green land, so it's really, really big. I know that the very important question for students when they come to our university is how to survive the first year and how to survive the first month. So that's why we run for you the We Point. This is a shortcut from Welcome to SGGW Point. You can find this very easy on the website, where you will find the whole package of information which will be very useful for you. So I think that already now, if you think about the Warsaw University, you can go there and you will find a lot of information, actually everything what makes for you easier to survive the first year, but actually also the whole time. As for a teaching program, of course, we have the ECTS system. So the teaching program offers 360 ECTS points. Those are subject from basic, directional, and social sciences classes. We have 370 mandatory subjects and 43 points in electives. How to apply? We have external recruiters. So if you would like to apply, you need to contact the IMS, International Medicine Studies company, and they will assist you the whole process. It's very, very good for the students because there are only for that to help you to go through the whole system. It's very easy, it's not difficult. You can find on this slide also the website. So everything there is very clear and there are all time with you. They will help you go through the system. As for the admission criteria, for the next year, we plan to take the next intake 2023-24, it will be 80 students. We have the entrance exam. The passing threshold is 16 points out of 40, and it covers questions from biology and chemistry. The tuition fee is 8,400 euros per year. This is 4,800 for the winter semester and 3,600 for the summer semester. Application is organized on a role-in basis rules of first come, first serve. And the application documents are the standard document, but of course, you can find all detailed information on the IMS website. So we are looking forward to seeing you. We are waiting for you. Thank you.
Thank you for this presentation and all of this information. And I think you were able to see the university that got that it's ranked first in Poland. You can see the campus of it and the great history that comes with studying in this particular university. Thank you for this presentation. And I would like to ask Professor Marta Kankofer from University of Life Sciences in Lublin to present us the third university that is taking part in our webinar. Professor.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, dear candidates. It is not easy to be the last presenter, but it gives the chance to summarize what was already shown and what was already said. All three faculties do their didactics based on the same Polish law and similar regulations related to AAEVE requirements. We have the same number of ACTS points, but we may differ with regard to electives. And my colleague Agnieszka will show you our presentation. I hope it will work. Yeah. So in the presentation, you will see our facilities in our city, and you will realize that our city is also very friendly for students. It is located near on southeast part of Poland, near Ukraine border, but still is very safe place. It is university city with many foreign students. We are already accustomed to English on the streets and in the shops. So make a good choice and see you in Lublin. And our university has about 8,000 students. We offer also Bologna system model and model of long cycle programs which are related to veterinary faculty. We employ nearly 700 academic teachers, and we have 7 faculties. One of them is Faculty of Veterinary Medicine. Our program covers 11 semesters. Our graduates obtain diploma of veterinary surgeon. Our tuition fee is shown on the slide. So the first year, 6,800, and remaining years covered by different amounts of money. And next slide, please. Why to study in our faculty? We have long tradition, not long as Warsaw University, but we shortly will celebrate 80 years of our faculty. We have our own dormitories, which is important for our students. We have also diploma recognized by AAEVE and European Union. At our faculty, we integrate clinical and basic sciences. We give our students the opportunity to train in different aspects, not only clinics, but also meat plants, milk plants, and sanitary veterinary inspection. And our curriculum starts, as everywhere, with basic subjects such as anatomy, biochemistry, physiology. Together with me is our main dean, who is responsible for physiology classes. Then our students are getting acquainted with hygiene of food of animal origin, husbandry and nutrition, and finally they come to clinical subjects, which are offered together with clinical practice. How our anatomy classes looks like, you can see on the slide. Next one, please. We have also good facilities with regard to equipment. We have 8 surgical theaters for small animals, for farm animals, and we have also the possibility of ophthalmology and dentistry units. We also have European accreditation like other faculties in Poland. Our is valid up to 2028. The most important for us is our skills lab, which was opened a few days ago. This laboratory is equipped with real phantoms, which are on animal scale of 1:1, as you see on this slide. So we can give our students the first step in clinical training based on phantoms in accordance to the rule which was given by AAEVE lately, never first time with live animal. So students can train on our phantoms and then they can go to real patients. This is the first centralized veterinary skills lab in Poland. Of course, other phantoms are also in other faculties, but they are not so centralized as we did it now. Next slide, please. And I would like to pay your attention also on our attempts to make our didactic program as innovative as possible. For example, during biochemistry classes, our students have access to virtual cases, virtual patients, which are on the special digital platform. It was the result of our European project realized together with our cooperators from Hanover, Budapest, and Munich. If you need more details, you can find them on the web page, vetvip.eu, and you can find information which is visible also on this slide. Next one, please. And apart from didactics, we have also other possibility for our students. But now I will give floor to my colleague from recruitment office. Agnieszka, it's your turn.
Thank you, Agnieszka Wasilak from Promotion and Admission Office. A little bit about what to do after the studies. You can, for example, if you are keen on horse riding, we have a brand new didactic and training equestrian center of hippotherapy. There our students can learn from the basics or can practice their knowledge and riding skills. Of course, as our students, you can take part in international student exchange. University is a participant of the Erasmus program and also on some others. It's important that you can also take some internships abroad, which can be very interesting, and students are very like that. You can join scientific circles and student organizations. We have around 60 of them. Of course, there is also a branch of International Veterinary Students Association. And after the studies, you can also visit our Center of Physical Culture and Sports. And there are many rooms to choose, like gym, swimming pool, fitness room, aerobic hall. And how to apply, the most basic question, of course, after choosing the program, then you have to fill in the application form, pay the admission fee, that is 150 euro. And all these documents must be scanned, signed in, and sent to our office, to the promotion and admission office. And then we will contact you individually. So here are the required documents. As I said, all of them have to be scanned and signed and sent to us. Then we will contact you. What is important that every candidate who wants to start the studying must have some kind of document certifying the knowledge of the English, at least at the B2 level. So if you have any questions, please contact us. You can phone us, you can email us, you can visit our webpage, or you can find us on social media. Also, you can visit us in person in Lublin. Feel welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you for this presentation. Thank you for this great presentation of teamwork between Ms. Professor and Agnieszka. So thank you for showing this. I finished my studies years ago, but I'm actually, after all of these three presentations, I'm thinking maybe I should be veterinarian myself and should rethink about my career. And all of these universities presented the great programs and the great campuses and the great team that is working behind these studies. And we have with us also today Pauline Löfgren from Swedish Board of Student Finance. And I would like to ask her right now to tell us a little bit about possibilities of financing studies of veterinary programs in Poland for people that are citizens of Sweden.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect. Then I will share my screen. Okay. Yes. As you said, my name is Pauline, and I work at the Swedish Board of Student Finance, also known as CSN in Swedish. And I'm here to talk about student finance when studying abroad, such as in Poland. And Poland is actually one of the most popular countries among Swedish students to study in, with student finance from CSN. And there's a lot of universities and veterinary programs which are approved for student finance, such as the ones which are participating here today. Before I start, I do want to emphasize that even though the universities are approved, we always check that you as an applicant for student finance also meet the requirements, such as you have submitted the correct documents, that you're studying enough ECTS per semester, that you meet the residency requirement, and so on. But yeah. Okay, so what you can apply for is that you have the right to 240 weeks of student finance on a university or college level, and that's about 6 years of studies. And when you're studying in Poland or in the EU in general, you can study on a full-time or part-time, but the minimum requirement is 50%, so 15 ECTS per semester. And you can also, you can apply for the same grants and loans, such as if you would be studying in Sweden, but there are also some additional loans which you can apply for when you're studying abroad. And these are the amounts which are set for next year. They're all seen in Swedish crowns, and they're valid if you're studying in 100% pace. So if you are studying on a lower pace, that means the amounts will decrease as well. And as you can see, they're all stated based on a weekly basis, and it means if you're studying all of the 4 weeks during a month and you're receiving the grant, the loan, and this additional loan for studies abroad, you will receive about 14,600 Swedish crowns per month. This also means that there's a limitation on how much you can receive in the loan for tuition fee per semester. So as you can see, it's 3,360 Swedish crowns per week. So the maximum amount per semester depends on how many weeks you're studying each semester. So for some students, they have their tuition fee is higher than the maximum amount per semester, so they need to pay a bit by themselves. And for some other, the loan from us covers it all. So you should check how much the tuition fee will be per semester and how many weeks you are studying each semester as well. And as you can see, there's another maximum amount here, 400,000 Swedish crowns, which means that you don't have an internal amount of money which you can borrow to the tuition fee. So each year when you borrow some money to the tuition fee, you take money from these 400,000 Swedish crowns until they're all used up. And some students, they never reach this limit as they finish the studies before they reach the 400,000 Swedish crown limit, while other students, they reach it after a couple of years, and then they need to pay the rest of the tuition fee by themselves for the last semester. So that's good to be aware of. And these are only some of the loans that are available. There are also some additional loans for travel expenses and for insurance and so on, but they're all available at our website, so you can check them out there if you want to see more of them. And the application for student finance is done online at csn.se. And with the application, you also need to submit some documents. For the first year, it's the unconditional admission letter, so it should be signed and stamped by the university and include information about what you're studying, if you're a full-time or part-time student, when you will start, and this kind of information. Should also submit an academic calendar with information about when the semester starts, when it ends, when the exam period is, and so on. And if you're applying for this additional loan for tuition fee, should also submit a personal tuition fee statement. So it should include your name, be specific for you, and include the information how much you need to pay for the school. And after the first year, for the second, third year, and so on, you don't need this admission letter if you're staying at the same university, but you need to submit your grades from the last year, as we're checking if you passed your courses from the previous year, together with a new academic calendar and a new personal tuition fee statement. And we do prefer if these are all in English. Yeah, just some mixed good information to be aware of. That's the income limit, also known as fribelopp in Swedish, means that you are allowed to have an income while you're also receiving student finance from us, but there's a limitation on how much you can have an income. And it's not a fixed amount for everyone. It's not the same for everyone. It depends on how many weeks you're having with the student finance per calendar half year, and if you're having student finance on a 50%, 100%, or 75% student pace. And these amounts are also available at our website, so you can check there how much it will be for you. The second part is that sometimes we need to contact your university in order to sort things out with your application. And when you're applying for student finance, you're giving us your consent to do so. So that's good to know both for you and the universities, as it enables us to receive the correct information, also gives you the possibility to receive a decision much faster as well. And the last part is that if anything changes when you're studying, if you become sick or if you drop a class or something like that, you should always contact us to let us know. And the same thing goes if you have any questions during the application process or during the semesters, give us a call or write us an email. That's always best to ask the questions that you have. Yeah. That's it.
Yes, thank you, Paulina. This is, I think, a very crucial information for all of our guests during this webinar. I would like to ask you one thing, you know, if we are thinking about applying for studies next year, so we're talking about 2023, what is the calendar of dates, you know, how this could work during the calendar, which is the last day of application?
I'm always telling the student apply as soon as possible. We don't have a fixed date like the last day to apply, but if you're like starting your studies and then in the middle of the semester you decide to also apply for student finance, it's 4 weeks. Like we can pay from 4 weeks before that you have submitted the application. But if you want to have the money and the decision before the studies start, you should apply like if it's possible in the beginning of the summer. Like the closer we get to the semester starting, the processing time gets longer as well. This summer we had about 8 weeks of processing time for those who waited the longest. So as fast as possible.
Okay. I think this is a very crucial information for all of our students. As you can see, it's good to decide quickly and to send application if you need to have a loan for the studies. But also, as you saw it in the presentations of universities, that it's important actually for it's good to know earlier and to decide earlier which university you would like to apply to. So if you're thinking about the career of veterinarian, it's good to make some decisions, you know, as soon as possible. Thank you, Paulina, for this, Pauline, for all this information. We have still a couple of minutes, so I think it would be good at this point, you know, to ask some questions to universities, and I have some questions that were sent before. I would ask them just one information that could be important as long as we talk about finances. When you're studying in Poland and you are deciding to actually be a tax resident of Poland, the rule in Poland is that until you finish 26 years of life, you don't pay income taxes. This is important information, as if you have additional job over here that you are working during weekend and you would like to earn some extra money, this payment will be there won't be any reduction of taxes, and there won't be any reduction in terms of social security, you know. So if you are thinking about being here and having some extra job, for example, during summer or during weekends, it's important to learn that this tax will not be taken from you, and this is the rule in general for all of the people that are paying taxes in Poland. We have some previous questions to members of our discussion. So I would like to first ask Professor Agnieszka Jackowska-Tracz, regarding the size of groups, laboratory groups in your university. How big is the group, the typical group in veterinary studies?
So the total amount of students is 80. So we create 5 groups with the limit 16 person per group. So like I will say, ordinary group is 16 person, but this is in a preclinical laboratories, and when you work with the phantoms. Once you start the education with the real animals, you will be divided into the smaller groups. So actually one group will be divided into 2 separate groups. So then the maximum number of students will be 8. 8 person with 1 trainer.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to ask the same question to Agata Hryceniak. So if you could give us information about the number of students and how big are groups in your university?
One group is more or less the same, so up to 16 students. We aim for less, but that's the upper limit. We accept a bit smaller cohort every year. It's about between 40 and 50 students every year. So this gives our students the opportunity to make friends with all of their classmates and also students from upper years, especially because, for example, we have many students from Scandinavia each year, mostly Norway, but Sweden as well. So this smaller size of the cohort in each year gives them more opportunities to actually make friends. Is it better now? Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
so more or less the same, fewer students in total.
Yes, so in Warsaw we have 80 students per year, in Wrocław between 40 and 50. What is the situation in Lublin? Professor Kankow, please.
At present, we don't have so many students, but our groups are normally up to 15 students per 1 teacher. So the amount is similar. This concerns laboratory classes, preclinical subjects, but when clinical subject starts and students are working with animals, the number of students is 8.
This is also a very small group, cozy group that allowed us to meet other people in the group and to meet other people that are our colleagues. I would like to also ask each university if you already have students from Sweden. So as I can already, Professor Kankow, please, if you could tell us if you already have some students that are coming from Sweden or in general from Scandinavia.
No, not yet. We have students from other countries, but we hope that it will change after this meeting.
Okay, so we cross fingers that some of the people that are taking part in this webinar will be joining your faculty next year. Please, I would like to ask the same question to Professor Agnieszka Jackowska-Tracz.
Yes, we do. We had already some students from Sweden, but of course we are looking forward to have you more.
That's good news that there are already people that are over there that you could reach to and ask some questions. And I asked the same question to Wrocław. So please, Agata, if you could tell us about your experience with students from Sweden.
Actually, Scandinavia is our second biggest market, I would say. So the biggest share of students come from Ireland every year, but Scandinavia is a close second. Most students come from Norway. We currently have over 30 Norwegian students in this program, but we also have around 8 students from Sweden and a few from Iceland. So hopefully we will welcome more Swedish students next year.
Perfect. So the whole Scandinavia is already presented in Wrocław, and I see already in the chat that we have also people that are Swedish origin that are actually studying in your university. So you already have experience also with Swedish students and the Swedish system of loans. So this is very good information for people that will be interested to study in your university. I think our time is almost up, you know, but I will ask you once, each university once again, maybe to give us like a short pitch about their university. Why is it good to study exactly in your university, in your city? You know, give us like a 1 minute short pitch of the strengths of your school. And Agata, if I can ask you, as I have you already here in the screen, please, if you could give us like this, the basic pill of information about Wrocław.
So I feel that the biggest strength of our university is, I think, the feeling of tight-knit community between its students. It's, of course, it mostly comes from the students themselves, but the university also really encourages it. Our university is a great place for people who want something more, want something extra. The teachers are very ready to help all students who need just this better, bigger experience to follow their passions, to offer additional guidance. Other students are also very helpful, and because there are already quite a few Swedish students, it will be very easy for new ones to feel really at home in Wrocław.
Thank you, Agata. This is a great speech. Thank you for this presentation. And Professor Agnieszka Jackowska-Tracz, please, if you could give us a pill of information about the best sides of your university.
Okay, the best side. I can tell you what our students usually tell us, that they really like Warsaw because the airport is 20 minutes far away from our campus. So this is what they repeat very often. But of course, this is just, you know, the organization, and it makes the life easier. But I think that Warsaw is the good place to study because we are aware that we are here for them. We are here because of the students. Without the students, there will be no university. We really like students. We really love to cooperate with you. And we know that our mission, our job is to be here for you.
Perfect, perfect information. And I would ask also Professor Kankoffer to tell us more about Lublin. Lublin also has airport and also has good connections with other parts of Europe. So please, if you could tell us what are the strong sides of university in Lublin.
First, I would like to point out long-lasting tradition in education. So we have well-prepared teachers, we have good facilities equipped with sophisticated equipment, and important equipment for good laboratory classes, and friendly city. As you said, we have an airport which connects us with the world. We have now a perfect road between Lublin and Warsaw, and we have also many attractions which are in Lublin. Our city is about 400,000 inhabitants, and 1/4 is dedicated to students. So I think everything depends on preferences of candidates. If they prefer a really academic atmosphere and not so many bars, let's meet in Lublin. Thank you.
Perfect, perfect. That's good to know. I think all of the cities that are presented here have major airports in their city. You can check the schedule of flights for Wizz Air or Ryanair, but also Polish national airlines that are connecting through Warsaw, other cities of Poland. I think that this presentation is showing that there are strong universities in Poland and that are giving great opportunities for all of you that would like to become a veterinarian. I think that it's also important to say that there is a job waiting for you already in Sweden, as Mr. Soderberg presented to us. There is already a need for veterinarians for domestic pets, as we talk about dogs and cats and other pets that are living at houses. And he also mentioned that there is this need for veterinarians in agriculture and the people that are actually working in this field, that he couldn't give us numbers, but I could imagine that those numbers are also impressive, and there is also a need in Sweden to have those kind of veterinarians working over there. But as you can see, that there are people from different countries working in Poland, and if you think after studies you would like to go to be veterinarian in other countries, your diploma will be recognized. You will be able to work as a veterinarian in also other countries, and I think there is a huge demand, growing demand, not only in Sweden, not only in Poland, but in other countries, to have good veterinarians, and you can get this diploma in Polish universities. So this is the summary of our webinar. I'm very happy that we were able to present you this information today. And if you have any questions regarding the universities, please ask the universities that were presented today. I think that the team will be very happy to answer you as soon as possible with all of your questions. Thank you for your time. I would like to thank all of the panelists that were joining us today. Thank you for being us today, and we hope to see you all in Poland.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I would like to
Thank you very much.
I would like to thank Embassy for organizing this meeting. It is really important for us to have such co-workers in promoting our universities abroad. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for the team of Embassy. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.